Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you are new, if you're not new, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina and I've been gone for a little over a month. We don't need to talk about it though. We don't even need to discuss. We don't need to bring that up. Just know that I'm back because school is over. School has been the only thing that's been taking over my life. And now that finals are done, the semester is over, I can finally post. Everyone cheer, clap. Yay. And today I'm very excited for the video that I'm going to make because I'm going to be talking about books that I am excited to read in the brand new year of 2024. I can't believe that it's about to be a new year in a few weeks. Like, something about that doesn't sit right with my spirit. Like, I don't know, I feel like 2023 went by way too fast. Like, I remember last year getting so excited for 2023 because of all of the fun stuff that was about to come, and now that 2023 is over, I'm kind of just like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna discuss 12 books that I want to read in 2024. I would have done 24 books I want to read in 2024, but that sounds like a lot of talking, and I talk a lot anyway, so that would have lasted like maybe an hour of me just like, and no one wants to see that, okay? Plus, I couldn't even come up with 24 books that I genuinely want to read in 2024. Like, this list is of books that are kind of like of the highest priority. Some of these books are new releases, but also some of the books in the list are also books that are kind of old that I didn't get to this year that I want to finish. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first book is one that you guys are familiar with because I've read it briefly in a vlog like 3 or 4 months ago and I never actually finished it. Babel by R.F. Kuang. I want to finish this book in 2024. This might be the first book in 2024 that I read because I'm literally still in the middle of it, right where I left off all the way back in August, okay? I remember reading this book during my how much I read in a week vlog video, and I remember really enjoying it. And then I had to stop because I couldn't focus on a book like this during school. And I just had to read it right before school started because I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead, but I really do want to finish this so I can get to the other R.F. Kuang books that I want to read because I also want to read, it's not on the list. I should have put it on the list, but it's fine. I also want to read The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang, which is the sequel to The Poppy War, but I kind of want to finish this and then I'll get to this. So I need to finish this first, which is why it's of the main priority. And then I'll get to The Dragon Republic whenever. I want to go one R.F. Kuang book at a time. I don't want to skip anything, okay? If you guys want a reading vlog for it, I kind of gave you a reading vlog for it in that other video I mentioned, but I didn't really finish it. So if you guys want like a dedicated reading vlog for it, let me know. I'll do it. Okay, and then the other book is one that I also mentioned in that video, how much I read in a week, but I never actually got to reading this book, and it makes me sad because this is one of the books I think I mentioned in my last year's books I want to read in 2023 video on my other channel. I really want to read Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. Like, it's actually making me so upset that I never got to read this year. Like, I never found the time or the energy to actually pick this up and read it. It makes no sense to me, and yet here we are at the end of 2023. And I still have not read this. And every time I look at it, it just makes me want to read it even more. So I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I have to read this soon. Because, like, look at the cover. The characters look so hot. Like, why wouldn't I want to read something like this? I don't know what's wrong with me. I've really been off of my A game ever since, like, school started. So I haven't had the chance to read all of the books that I've been buying, which is really terrible. When I say it out loud like that, it sounds terrible, but I'm gonna change that. Next book is one that I have been mentioning for years because I did not know when this book was coming out. I remember hearing about it all the way back in, I think, 2021, and I really liked the concept of it and I wanted to read it, but it wasn't out. And then I remember talking about it in 2022 and it wasn't out. I remember talking about it in this year and it hasn't come out, but I think it's officially coming out in 2024. A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faisal. I want to read this book so freaking bad. I have literally been talking about it for years. I think it's finally coming out in 2024 though, because it has an actual cover attached to it. So I think that's the sign. If you guys don't know what A Tempest of Tea is about, join the club. No, I'm kidding. I know like the bare bones of what the plot is. I think it's about like people that run like some kind of underground tea room, whatever, but it's mostly for vampires. Like the people that attend are vampires that go there and get blood without anyone else in society knowing, because vampires are not allowed in modern day society. So they use that tea room as a way for vampires to come in and out and drink blood with other people's consent, without having to get in trouble with the feds. The tea room gets exposed and then it somehow becomes a heist. I don't really know. After all these years, I kind of have forgotten about like what the actual plot is, but I think that's pretty much the gist. I don't know. You tell me that you have made a vampire book and I'm gonna tune in. And it's just as simple as that. Like, I have nothing else to really say. I'm so excited to read it. And now that I've seen an actual cover for it, oh, say less. I will be reading this book. I have no choice. After all of this talking I've been doing for like 3 years now, I have to read it. Next book is also one that I feel like everyone and their mothers have been waiting for. If you know, you know. We've been waiting for the third book and we've been waiting for the movie for so long. Children of Anguish and Anarchy, the third book in the Children of Blood and Bone trilogy. Guys, we finally made it. We finally made it. No one thought this day would come. So Children of Anguish and Anarchy, I'm very excited for, just so I can finally read this book. Like, am I actually excited for the third book? But I'm excited that it actually has a date attached and that I will actually have it in my possession soon. Because if I'm being real here, I loved the first book. Okay, that book arguably got me back into reading, like one of the books that got me back into reading. And then I read that second book and I was like, oh, I'm confused and you lost me, and I don't remember liking it all that much. So with this third book, it's up in the air. It's a toss-up of how I could feel. I'm just happy that it's actually getting released soon. I remember I was at work when the author tweeted about a surprise coming and everyone stopped. The world shifted. And then the cover came out and the cover is gorgeous. Like, I literally screamed. This has been so long in the making. Like, only real ones know the struggle it has been waiting to hear about. Not only the book release, but also the movie adaptation that's coming with this series. And again, I don't even know about that. I don't know anything about that. I don't think we've had an update for that since, I don't even know. But one thing at a time, okay? I'm appreciative that the book is so close. I think it's getting a summer release too. Yay, that means I can read it and not have to deal with academia. Yeah, Children of Anguish and Anarchy. The cover speaks for itself. Like, this is going to be an eat. I'm a little doubtful, but I feel like I'm going to have a good time. Next duology that I'm going to be talking about is one that has taken the book world by storm. Like, y'all have been hyping up the first book in this duology ever since it came out. And I feel major FOMO, so I'm going to read it, okay? Divine Rivals, the duology. I think this is by Rebecca Ross. I might be wrong though. Don't quote me on that. I remember when this book hit the shelves, everyone was talking about it. And I just wasn't really in an 18th century romance mood, because I'm pretty sure that's the premise of it. And when it came out, I wasn't really in the mood for that, so I didn't want to read it. And I'm sure there's some magical elements involved, but it just wasn't for me during the time. But now that I know that the sequel is coming out soon next year, like I'm pretty sure it's coming out in the first half of 2024, I'm just like, what's stopping me from reading it now? Because I'm kind of in a little bit of a romance mood, but I'm also in like a little fantasy mood, so maybe this could clench my thirst for both once 2024 hits, you know? Like, I don't know. I have nothing against the duology. I've literally only heard great things about it, so it's not that I've heard anything bad that's making me not want to read it. It's just I needed to be in the right mood for it. And to be honest, nothing was really gravitating me towards it until recently. And so yeah, I want to read it. I hope it's as good as y'all hype it up to be. Like, I have high hope because I've heard great things from people that I trust. I am hoping that I enjoy it to the same extent, because I've been hearing about this book for months. Like, it's been nonstop. Divine Rivals this, Divine Rivals that. And I'm just like, okay, the time has come in 2024. I will read it. I'll probably read it when the sequel comes out, just so I won't have to wait. Yeah, one way or another, it's gonna get read. So next book that I'm excited for is Lore of the Wilds. Oh my God. Now, I follow the author of this book on TikTok, and every time she posts something, let me double check the name because I don't want to get her name wrong. Anale Sabrina, I think that's her name. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but literally every time she talks about this book of hers, I get so excited. And the fact that it's coming out soon, oh, prepare to be sick of me. Because I'm pretty sure from the way that the concept, the plot has been strung out through her TikToks, it seems like an eat to me. It seems like I'm gonna get fed so well. I don't know if it's young adult or adult, but it is a fantasy book. From what I remember from her TikToks, this book is basically about one girl, two male fae, and the girl, I think her village is entrapped in some kind of forest prison, and the only way for her to save people is to somehow work in an enchanted library or something, and she needs the help of two fae. I don't really know, but just enchanted library, two fae, enchanted forest somewhat, a prison forest of somewhat, a black lead. Like, look at this cover real quick. Look at the eatery. The cover was what really gravitated me towards it, but then I saw the plot and I was like, that seems like my cup of tea. I don't know. I'm in a romantasy mood as of lately, if you couldn't tell. So I feel like I'm gonna have fun, and that's all I want. All I want is to have fun. I'm pretty sure this book comes out in February. That's pretty early in the year. I think I'm gonna have a great time. Like, that's all I want from my books next year. It's just have a good time from them. Even if they're not like the most spectacular, amazing pieces of literature ever, I'm just looking to have a good time. And I think this book is gonna give me that. Like, I get so excited for the author whenever she talks about this book, because I think it's her debut novel. Good for you, girl. I will be reading. Next book is one that you guys know I was gonna be seated for. Okay, it's getting predictable at this point. I know. But I wouldn't be me if I wouldn't bring this book up in almost every video I make. Heartstopper Volume 6. What a time to be alive. Yes, Heartstopper Volume 6 is coming out in 2024. The official last volume of the Heartstopper graphic novel series. Now, Alice Oseman pulled a wild one on the fans, okay? Because we all thought that the 5th volume was going to be the last one, but then she announced, like, I think a month ago that nope, the last one is actually going to be Volume 6. So I'm living, I'm thriving, I'm doing so fine. I thought I was gonna have to say goodbye to my babies with this last volume that I also bought yesterday. I bought Volume 5 yesterday. It officially came out yesterday and I bought it. And I'm so happy that I bought it feeling happy and not sad. Because I'm not ready to say goodbye to my family. Like, all of these characters are my family. You guys know this. So yeah, I'm gonna have to cross that bridge eventually when Volume 6 comes out, but that bridge is not today. Trust, right after I finish filming this video, I will be reading Volume 5. Enough said. I'm not gonna, you guys already know. Nothing left to talk about. Okay, next book is Blood at the Root. Now, I don't know nothing about this book. I'm gonna be real honest. I don't know a synopsis, a premise, nothing. But I do know, for some reason, that this book and another one on my list got a lot of backlash from people, and I don't really know why. I don't really know why, and I mean, I could take a guess as to why, because I'm pretty sure I saw a tweet by the author, I think, and all she did was mention, like, oh, this is a book about a male black teen lead. He's not really going through pain or trauma, he's just living as a witch. And I think that upset a lot of people. Like, it don't quote that, like, word for word, like, verbatim, but I'm pretty sure that's basically what the scandal was with this book. And I'm sorry, I'm seated. Like, yeah, why not? It's honestly rare of me to read any, like, YA sci-fi fantasy book with a male black lead. Like, it's very rare. Also, I don't really see it that often. Either that or I'm not looking. If you guys have good ones, recommend them to me. But I don't really see it that often. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that looks interesting. But like I said, I don't really know anything about it. I just know about the backlash the author got for saying that her book doesn't have any black trauma. And for some reason, people were just like, blah, 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 something along those lines. And so I'm going to support. Also, look at the cover. Like, yes, you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but like, you are though, because look at this. Look at this. Next book is one that is by an author that I am familiar with. I will be reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I have only read one book by this woman, and it was The Love Hypothesis, and I remember reading it in one sitting on Halloween. I think it was last Halloween that I sat down, sped through that book, and was like, haha, hee hee. that's enough for today because I read it as like a gag. I thought it was funny. Nothing really to hype up about, but after that I wasn't deeply into Ali Hazelwood books, you know? And after that I only heard that she kept on reusing the same plot points over and over again in all her other books, so I just didn't really feel the need to read them because I'm just like, you read one, then you've probably read them all. But for this one I'm kind of intrigued, I'm not gonna lie, because it's her first like fantasy-esque type book, like romantasy type. I'm pretty sure it's like a werewolf versus vampire lore fantasy book, and I'll eat those up. I don't really care who you are, I'm gonna give your book a chance. She writes romance, so I feel like that could be interesting. It could be cheesy, but it could be fun. Like, I don't know, let her cook. Who am I to tell you not to? It looks like it could be fun. I'm not saying it's gonna be good, but I saw that that was what she was releasing for next year, and I was like, oh, okay, let me add it to the TBR. I'm curious as to what she's gonna do with it, because has she written any other like fantasy books before this? I don't think so. This could either be like really good or really bad, and I can't wait to find out. The next book that I cannot wait to read, that I can't wait to have in my clutches, oh my god. Like even talking about it gets me really excited. This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan, the companion novel to Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. Guys, you know Before I Let Go is my book. Like kind of what makes up my personality as a book reader. I recommend it whenever I can. It's like Heartstopper to me as well, where those characters are my family. I will fight for that book. I will fight for Kennedy Ryan too, because that woman, her pen, oh, ridiculous. So when I saw that the companion novel comes out for next year, something shifted in me. I don't know if it shifted for the world, but something shifted for me on the inside. I'm so excited. I'm pretty sure each companion novel is going to be about Yasmin's best friends in her like inner circle, and I'm very excited because her friend group was really nice to read about in Before I Let Go. They each have their own problems in their love lives that I cannot wait to dive into for their books. I don't really know which friend this one is centered around though. I should have probably checked, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna read it. Also, I miss the characters from Before I Let Go, so if I get to see like little cameos of them, I'm gonna love it. The cover is also like really beautiful. Usually I have a little bit of like an ick about real people on covers of books, but I don't know, the way that Kennedy Ryan does it is just like so classy and pretty. It might be because they're Black women on the cover, but my point still stands. Like the colors on the cover, ooh, I don't know, I like it. Okay, I think it's really pretty. Okay, so the next book on here is one that is similar to Blood at the Root, where I don't really know what the plot of it is. I just know it because of the scandals that have been taking place for it. So I want to support, okay? The Poisons We Drink by Bethany Baptiste. I'm not gonna get into a lot of book talk drama on here, but I've been hearing a lot of stuff about author in particular giving other authors of melanin color 1-star book reviews. This is one of them, and so I don't know, I just feel the need to like support. I'm gonna read it. Can I guarantee I'm gonna give it like 5 stars? No, but I'm gonna support any Black author, especially Black YA authors, because I don't know, YA authors, that side of like the book industry kind of scares me, all the drama that they get into. So yeah, I don't know what this book is about like at all. I've seen this cover around a lot. I like a lot of my mutuals on Twitter, this is their most anticipated book for them, and I trust my mutuals on Twitter, so I'm also excited for it, though I don't know what the plot is. I will be supporting. That's all I'm gonna say about the drama, because it's been so wild. Like, I'm not on TikTok as much anymore, so all the drama that I get is through Twitter, and Twitter has a very skewed way of looking at the drama on TikTok, so I might not even know all the facts, but the bare minimum that I do know is absolutely batshit wild. Like, support Black authors. Support POC authors. That's all I gotta say. Okay, so the last book in 2024 that I am most excited to read is a book that I actually have an arc for. I know. Most Ardently by Gabe Cole Novoa. This is a Pride and Prejudice remake or remix. I got this arc from my coworker and she absolutely loved it. She adored it and she was like, I know that you will love it. Please read it. And I haven't read it yet, but I want to read it, obviously. I might honestly get through the arc over holiday break because it's not a long book. I'm pretty sure this, again, is a Pride and Prejudice remake, but it features a trans man. The trans man is supposed to be Elizabeth, and then the love interest is supposed to be like a Mr. Darcy. Whoa, I said Darby. I think the main love interest is supposed to be like the Mr. Darcy character, and then the trans main character is supposed to be Elizabeth. I'm pretty sure that's how that's supposed to go. But besides that, I'm looking forward to this because you guys know I love Pride and Prejudice. That's one of my favorite classics and one of my favorite Jane Austen novels. So yeah, I feel like I should like this. I think it's a YA centered romance. So yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't like it. I'm just happy that I have the arc for it. I don't know when it's supposed to come out though. Maybe not till the spring, I'm pretty sure. That might be wrong though, don't quote me. Very excited to read it. I feel like I don't need to explain the plot because if you know what Pride and Prejudice is, then you probably will know the plot. But yeah, those are all the books that I am excited to read in 2024. I feel like I will be better at following a TBR next year. I'm hoping so. I want to get through at least half of these books, and it's not even a long list. Like, I want to stick to somewhat of a TBR, and I think this is decent enough. Like, it's not even 24 books, it's just 12. I think I should be able to do that well enough. I think that's it. That's the end of my video. If you enjoyed this, thank you. Tell me what you guys are excited to read in 2024. Give me your book recommendations for 2024. What are you most excited to read? What are you least anticipating? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like to follow me on social media, here it is. I mostly interact on Twitter, but if you like to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all the other apps, they will be linked down in the description below. I think that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.